Hi. Today I recorded one video for my course, performance optimization course, which you can see in the link that I have given, performance optimization course at Invento platform. And there are a few exercises also, some practical tips. And when you enroll into the course, actually I'll be giving more practical examples of taking your example. Like say it is not just my example, because right now I have used my own examples how I do certain things. Like say today it was a to-do list, how to create a to-do list. So it is very surprising that people take it lightly, but they do not maintain a to-do list, and it actually kind of integrates the um, daily, yearly, um, monthly activities that one has undertaken, and that is also a very good way of keeping account of how time has been spent. And in the office actually we spend 8 hours, and we do not keep an account of how time has been spent. So what we do is we overspend time in something not very important, we ignore some certain things which are very very important, like self development and the opportunity to learn, in the excuse of doing something, getting being busy with something else. Like say the actual time we spend with something very important is very less compared to the time we waste. So if we keep account of how much time we have spent in doing our work, real work, an honest account of that will help you saving time for something useful, right? The second thing I want to share with you today is uh, it is not so good a day, very, very happy day for me. It is kind of the black night before, of the soul before a bright day comes. So when such a thing happens, actually I look forward to a brighter day tomorrow. So one that is a practice, you know. So if something good has to happen uh, in future, then there is a very depressing time prior to that. Yeah, have you observed that pattern or not? So if you observe, then you will not be so sad about feeling very low or something. So that is the second thing I want to tell you. And we have actually I have planned something very very good to happen tomorrow. That is about my planning and about my action part, right? No matter whether I feel very good or very depressed or very low, I have put something um, as routine to be executed that day. So some action, like say I, so that I don't draw a blank at the end of the day doing nothing. Like say I can't stand that kind of situation for myself, right? So um, that is what I have done, and hopefully tomorrow will be a very good day. And the third thing is that anything, any dream or any good thing that one is thinking of happening, like say one should not, that is the learning of today also, one should not say a negative thing about that. Suppose you are dreaming something, no matter how impossible it sounds like, it, there should not be any negativity, even for 0.001 percent of negativity or doubt about that intention, because one never knows. Actually, this has been an experience with me. One never knows as to when the good thing is going to happen and how, right? So the intention is very very important. And today I called and spoke to somebody, which is a spiritual trainer, and I called him for something, but you know, I I could figure out a project in March 2021, you know, like say out of the blue. Did I call him for a project? No, I didn't know. I didn't know that he is having a project and he would have some requirement of me, because it was something, it was meant to be a casual talk like that only. I just was cold calling, and because I liked his profile, so I wanted to talk to that person. So it was like that only. And suddenly it came as a good prospect. So my part of my responsibility is to fundraising and keep talking to people who are potential financiers for our projects, our strategic initiatives, which are uh, which are about health, education, and livelihoods. And this person in the COVID situation, we are going. This person was. Is having a software developed which is uh, good for the area where there is no electricity. So he will be building up this kind of arrangement with a battery backup, right? So whatever he does, we have a solar solution as well, because sunlight is free, right, in our country, and it is in abundance, and it is a surplus sunlight as well. And sunlight is solar power. Do you know that? So that is a great realization, and that they are taking help of this, and this person actually offered me to have that project, because with which whatever my setup is, that will be useful for him to take his project forward. I, did I know this? Did I even contemplate about this? No. But I did something which as a routine I do, and I speak to people, I get connected to people. And uh, not all the people, people actually uh, who look very useful, or at least who kind of thinking brains, who can give me some values. Yeah. So that is what I did today. So those are the achievements of today. And I was within myself thinking about something else. The fourth thing that I did today was thinking about the life flow. No, life flow. Have you observed about how many people you have left in the past and moved on? Like, so those people with whom there is no connection anymore are not relevant to you anymore, right? So if you remember about them in the past, you were actually very, very passionate about them, and you were actually very connected to them, right? And you people were very close otherwise, you were very close friends. But over time what happened was, like, say, his interest or her interest has been very different from what you have been thinking and what you have been advocating. And those people, there is a drift, and you have come away from those kind of people. So eventually what is not required for you and what is not meant for you, no matter how close you are, you have to go away from that. The story of togetherness ends at a certain point of time. We don't realize that. But yeah, mm, it is kind of parting ways, because there is no relevance anymore in the lives of that person, uh, or in our own life. So that is a kind of thing that I have been thinking today. So no matter how closely how deeply I want to keep a relationship alive, a friendship alive, it will certainly come to an end if my vision, my goal, and my purpose of life is not attuned to that person's life, right? And so eventually, if we go drift apart, then there is nothing to be very sad of, because that is meant to be, because your vision is your own, and you are not going to leave your vision. And unknowingly it happens, right? Your vision is your something which you are born with, and that is the unique position that you have. And it is meant to materialize. That is why you have to go in another direction. So, but when you are drifting away, drifting apart, you'll be feeling the sadness, right? And yes, this is true about something else also. Let me draw your attention to a certain circumstance when uh, you are kind of giving more than 100% to something and it is not taking place. Now what? You will be kind of frustrated at times as to why things are not happening, because others are with less engagement, others are achieving success, and others are okay with it. While we are doing more, yet we are not achieving that much. Why? So that frustration, actually one can analyze and see the same thing. Like say, if it is not meant for you and you are not meant to be associated with that thing, for some time you will be associated with that particular work or activity because you need to have that experience. But it is not useful for in the long run for your vision. So that is why that thing will come to an end after some time, no matter how much you have worked for it. So that is there. And I would again like you to take a tour of the course that I mentioned out here, and see if there is some meaning out of it and if we can build it together further. Thank you.